Chidimma Adetshina. Let's just clap her in first. She has won Miss Universe Nigeria. Yeah, you remember about this girl? Yeah, we spoke about her a couple of times, maybe twice before. We're going to talk about her again today. So, Chidimma Adetshina, after being wounded, harassed, persecuted, harried, bothered, troubled, annoyed, I'm going to try to use as much word as I possibly can, for her nationality, she finally dropped out the Miss South Africa contest and now has been crowned the beauty queen of Nigeria.
This journey has been a tough journey for me, and I am so proud of myself, and I'm really grateful for all the love and the support. I just don't even know what to say. I think the excitement, the emotions are really everywhere right now, but I'm just like really grateful for both countries and Africa in general, because the love and support was not only coming from South Africa or Nigeria, it was coming from Ghana, literally every single way as well, and I'm so proud and I'm so happy.
Let's clap again. Congratulations. Clap, please clap for this girl. Don't be a witch, please. Just clap for the girl. It's an amazing story. I think people have just given this girl an amazing opportunity to become a multimillionaire. Yes, sell a story, sell a book. And I'm sorry if you beat her, but that's what happens most of the time when God chooses somebody. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I mean, I don't care whether your reasons were justified or not, but don't combat somebody that's chosen. Don't. And I think maturity is also the ability to see, to perceive this person is living in the time, is living his episode, is being chosen right now. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay, I'm going to give you context. What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much. You know, stories here never waste your time. So sit down, have some coffee or juice or something, because we're going for a ride. I'm going to tell you a story probably going to blow your minds. Chidimma Adetshina, young lady that was in South Africa, lived in South Africa all her life, supposedly born in South Africa. That's what we know. Initially, we knew she was contesting for South Africa pageant to become Miss South Africa and go represent South Africa at Miss Universe. Now, very quickly, many people didn't like her very much because her name is Chidimma Adetshina, Chichi, which is not very much names you hear in South Africa. Okay, in South Africa, names are Nomsas, Nomkitas, Nomfundos, Leratos, Tandeka, not Chidimma. So that raises the eyebrows of many black people. Who is this girl? Why black people? Because most of the time, white people don't care about this stuff. They don't know the difference between Chidimma and Nomkita. And not colored because they don't really care. You just sound black. Not Indians, because Indians are all about making money. They don't care about that. Okay? Only black people most of the time care about these type of things. I'm just being honest, okay? Yeah, black people care about these small things. Not white, not Indians, not colored. Nobody else. Those of you who don't understand, South Africa has many people. There are many different type of people. There's not only black people. There are white people in South Africa. There are colored people in South Africa. Colored are basically people that look like mixed race. Okay, they don't quite look black, not dark skin, but yeah, they speak a language called Afrikaans. And you have Indians. Indians were imported in South Africa to come and work during colonialism. I don't know why, but India was also colonized by the British. And for some reason, they chose to bring British to South Africa to work on rails, on mines, on construction, and many other things. Why didn't they just use black people? Anyway, let's get back on track. Now, Chidimma Adetshina was contestant in Miss South Africa. And very quickly, many people were not happy about her. They didn't like her very much because they were very curious to find out which tribe is she from. She doesn't sound Zulu. Her name doesn't look Pedi or Tswana or Sotu or anything similar to Xhosa. So she must be a foreigner. Very quickly, not the organization, but human beings, viewers started doing investigations and asking where she was from. What initially appeared as this girl was born of a Nigerian father and a South African woman changed it to being born of a Nigerian father and a Mozambican woman. They say she was illegal. She was not South African, therefore does not meet the requirement to represent in Miss South African pageant. Now, let me tell you fellas, she was bashed like never before. I'm just reminding you, this is a 23-year-old woman being bashed by entire nation black people. Let's be honest. White people are not interested in that. Neither are colored people or Indians. Black people were bashing this young girl, saying she's not South African. She cannot participate in Miss Pageant. These are the Miss participants of South Africa 2024. As you can see, many of them don't look very much black. These are Miss South Africans in another edition. As you can see, they are not all black. But in South Africa, being light-skinned or being white does not pose a problem. What poses a problem is if your name doesn't sound like Nomsa, Nomkita, Nomfundo. Okay, let's get back on track. Later on, there was a major investigation. The people have asked the organizers to investigate this young lady's origin. The organizers then asked Home Affairs Office, which is the Home Office of Papers, to investigate this matter. The Home Affairs Office investigated Chidimma and found out apparently that her mother was not South African but Mozambican. Now, fellas, here's a map. Here's South Africa. Here's Mozambique. Here's South Africa again. Yes, Mozambique. These are neighboring countries. So what poses a problem here is that her father is Nigerian and her mother is from Mozambique. So the question arose, how come she got papers? Because indeed, Chidimma had papers. You only needed your ID to be eligible to participate in this competition. And she had her ID. Now, apparently, her mother might have bought her ID from somebody when she was born, so she can acquire nationality. Because in South Africa, you don't necessarily get South African citizenship if you're born there, even if you live there for 18 years. So sometimes they give it to you, sometimes they don't give it to you. These are the reports that's being said. To avoid that, Chidimma's mother allegedly purchased an ID document from somebody. We can't really tell with precision what's happened because nobody was there. We don't know whether that person actually sold the ID because they needed money. People can do that. You don't know if Chidimma's mother stole the ID from somebody else. But either way, whether she stole or bought, there must have been a South African involved in this transaction, whether it's the person selling the ID or the Home Affairs official who's necessarily South African selling somebody else's ID. So the guilty people here is not Chidimma. The guilty people here is certainly Chidimma's mother and the South African person who sold the ID, or the South African Home Affairs Office person who facilitated that action. So she was in no form or shape or form involved in this transaction. All she knows, she's South African with a Nigerian father. She grew up as South African, eating South African food, dancing to South African music, singing South African. Okay, don't get bothered. Okay, I know many people are pissed off already hearing me here. We're telling a story as it happened, okay? After so much pressure, you're feeling like you don't belong and nobody likes you, they actually want you out. What do? You retract. Chidimma Adetshina decided to retract herself from the competition. A couple of days later, she was called by the same organization in Nigeria.
Hello everyone, my name is Chidimma Adetshina, and I cannot start off this video without expressing my gratitude to the incredible people who have shown me so much love and so much support. Now, I have received an invitation from the Silverbird Group, who are the organizers of the Miss Universe Nigeria beauty pageant. And I say this with great excitement because I have decided to participate in the Miss Universe Nigeria 2024 beauty pageant.
They forwarded an invitation to her asking her to come to Nigeria and participate as Miss Pageant. Chidimma Adetshina then flew to Nigeria, and many South Africans were happy, saying, hey, go represent us, go represent South Africa and Nigeria. Obviously, in the biggest irony, like, go represent South Africa. We don't want you here in South Africa, but you can go represent us in Nigeria and South Africa. After Chidimma landed in Nigeria, a lot of Nigerians were happy to see that girl back, a girl that was rejected from a different nation, coming back home to her father. And some Nigerians felt frustrated because she reduced the chances of other girls to win the competition. Yes, she's a good-looking girl. Look at her. She's smart, clever. Now, the interesting part is, as the competition started, in Nigeria you had to vote online by texting, SMSing on a number. The more you text, the more points you get. The more you text, the more votes whoever you choose get. Now, people all of a sudden, because Chidimma left and went back to her country to go represent her country, started voting against her. They started voting for Ufa Dania, representing Kwara province. This is a good-looking but nice and chubby woman, not necessarily the typical miss that you would expect. And a lot of South Africans say this one looks like us. This one looks like most of us. And you could see online how people connected, how people came together, how people posted to say, let's go, let's vote for her. Because the goal was to get this lady from Kwara to win and to get Chidimma subdued again, even in Nigeria. That's where the questions come. What's that effort for? Okay, Chidimma was illegal, fraudulent. They stole an ID from a poor child somewhere with the participation of somebody from Home Affairs Office. Can't be done by themselves. Let's just be honest. a South African necessarily who participated in that. She didn't do anything. It wasn't her that stole. Her mom did. She doesn't deserve to be bashed. She didn't do nothing. She doesn't know anything. Okay, we understand she could be pulled out of the competition because she's not South African. Her name is not black enough. I mean, she's black, but she's not South African. Not Zulu enough. Not Xhosa enough. Not Pedi. But follow her to Nigeria and try to make her fail in Nigeria? That is another level of something.
Chichi babes, I know we've come a long way since day one, but unfortunately I have to change my vote.
I can understand, okay, she's gone, bye-bye. Let's move on. I mean, by the way, there was a white lady that won Miss South Africa. A white woman. She represents black people better than Chidimma does. Because South Africa is a rainbow nation. But some people say it's a rainbow nation without the color black on it. If you look at the rainbow nation, there's no color black on it. Anyway, for context, Nigerians and South Africans don't like each other very much. They don't see eye to eye for the longest time. Nigerians, a lot of them live in South Africa. And they are accused of committing crimes, drugs, and guns, and human trafficking and stuff.
You are taking our jobs. You are selling us drugs.
Is this true? Well, a lot of Nigerians do that in South Africa. Not just in South Africa, in many other places. And I'm not informing you. You know this, okay? Nigerians have a tremendous reputation about shady things. And it's unfortunate that some Nigerians that are probably clean people have to endure this due to their brothers. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's the reality. So if there's a lesson for Nigerians, they need to learn to tame it down, fellas. Don't go to other people's countries. And I mean, it's not just South Africa. Kenya was pushing Nigerians out. The president, Uhuru Kenyatta, said we're going to throw the drug dealers out.
Foreigners who are either suspected of having engaged in issues to deal with drug trafficking be deported and they go back to their own countries and do their business there. They don't need to be here.
In Uganda, it's the same. Like a few years ago, Ugandans had facilities to get visas to Europe as compared to Nigerians. They will go to Uganda, marry a girl, give her babies, lie to her, and once they get papers, they can get a visa and they travel to go away. It's not a good reputation. South Africans don't like that. Now, does this justify the uproar, the critics, the bashing, the trouble against Chidimma? I don't know. Well, props to her for now. I think, on the other hand, people should learn to come together for good things as well. You know, the way they coordinated Chidimma to fail, and especially to try and make Miss Kwara win. It was really amazing. The way they coordinated calling Ubers and Bolt. It was amazing. Can we coordinate that to build countries? Coordinate that to have good schools that are built by black people? Coordinate that to have good infrastructure, good buildings in our hometowns and locations. Coordinate that and put money together to have things that are functioning, universities that are ours. Coordinate that to make things possible for the positive. It's very sad that it feels like black people in general know how to come together to destroy, but we don't know how to come together to build. All the best to Chidimma on the next book. I'm going to be the first to buy it. I hope you will too. And perhaps get a Netflix shot would be amazing. She deserves it. In South Africa, there's another guy named Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah is what you call colored. Colored is mixed race. Trevor Noah is a good comedian, very good comedian, amazing. He now works in America, you know, does comedy, I think the Daily Morning or Daily Show. Really, really good guy. Amazing worker, like amazing, very much loved and praised in South Africa. His father's from Switzerland. His mother is from South Africa. Okay, Trevor Noah is very much accepted. Everybody loved him. Praises Trevor Noah. He's one of us. His father is not South African, and you can justify that saying, "Yeah, well, Trevor Noah's mother is Xhosa, so it's okay." Well, there's another lady. This lady here. She also participated in Miss Pageant South Africa. Her father is Ugandan. Her mother is Xhosa. But she was rejected.
I had just made it to the top 16 of Miss South Africa. You know, it was a time of celebration. I was so excited that here I am, I'm a finalist in such a big competition. And literally, as soon after that, I logged onto social media. The first thing I come across is, how dare she enter Miss South Africa? She's not even fully South African, therefore she cannot represent us. One comment that particularly stood out for me, and I do apologize for using this word to those I will offend, the word is kwere. Foreigners are called kwere in South Africa, and I don't think most people realize how painful that word is because it is offensive, it is disrespectful, it's derogatory.
Many people bashed her because she's got her father's name. Yeah, many people didn't like that. A mother is a confirmed Xhosa woman. A father is Ugandan. She was not liked very much. So let's just say it's okay if the father's white, then it's fine. If the father's black from another country, then that's not okay. Let me just remind you here. Unfortunately, in South Africa, like many other African nations, when you dating a white man or you have a child with a white man, it's like an upgrade. Oh, everybody loves it. They're not going to pose questions. So a white man can go to South Africa and say he wants to marry a black girl or just have a child with them. People will be okay with it. But if a black man comes and do the same, they're going to ask, where is he from? Why is he here? Are there not enough men here for you to marry? I'm just being honest here. I mean, we need to stop that. We need to face things the way they are. I'm sorry. There's no nation that's 100% themselves. There's no such thing. And I can understand maybe now we need to there's nothing to preserve. All nations are mixed. Countries are fake. They were invaded in 1884. That's when countries were born. Before that, there was no such thing as a country. Many people here have fathers from freaking Namibia or Tanzania. You don't even know that. Or your grandfather was from Kenya. You have no idea. If you do your DNA, why are you going to do your DNA test and find out your ancestry? You're going to be shocked. Some of you are Nigerians. God bless.